All right, guys, welcome to Inside of HansenAthletics. We're going to talk about a concept today, or a model that we follow at the gym. It is our learning model. So we did not come up with this. I've read about this in other places, learned it from an unknown source. I've just seen it in multiple places, but this is something that we have adopted and have continued to grow through as we are growing in the community. So first off, we're going to go through that model. So this is our learning model. First is unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence, okay? We're gonna go through each one of those and it's kind of some points within that. And this is important to understand, not only when we're coaching people to know where they're at, but also this could apply to coaching other sports, this could apply to parenting, this could apply to teaching in schools, all sorts of different circumstances. So I think this is an important concept for people to realize that this is the way people learn, and sometimes people are in different stages and it's tough to progress them through them if you don't really understand where the person's at or where they're coming from, okay? So number one is gonna be unconscious incompetence, and that's unknowing and incapable. So a majority of people that come into our gym for our initial free introductory session are at this point, okay? So they come in, they are unknowing and incapable. They don't know anything's wrong when they walk in the door. They might know they have some pain, my knees hurt, my back hurts, anything like that. They know that there's a cause or a symptom, but they don't really know the cause and they don't really know how to change it, and they're unsure that there's anything different from what they've experienced. So before they walk in the door, you know, wherever they were training at before, they could believe 100% that they were doing everything correctly, or not even realize that there was a way to fix this through movement, okay? So that's step one. Most people that walk in this door in the beginning have no idea that there are ways to improve, and they are incapable of doing it on their own because they don't know. Number two, conscious incompetence. That's usually by the end of the 45 minutes of our free introductory session. We have people to the point, this is a quick transition, okay? We have people to the point where they felt it, they understand the concept, what we're telling them, and they're aware of it, but they're incapable of doing it because they don't understand how to improve it yet. They haven't made the connection between the actual movement in their brain and understanding how to apply what we're talking about. So at this point, at least they're aware. So they're like, okay, there's some movement improvements we can make to improve the situation we're in. Vice versa, this can apply to anything, right? So teaching, somebody comes in, they realize, oh, we did a pop quiz at the start of class. I now realize that I don't know what I need to know. Okay, so that's where they're at. Number three, conscious competence. This transition right here is gonna take a little bit longer than this transition, so the first one. This one's gonna take a little bit more time, and they're gonna spend a lot of time in this area. So this is where a lot of our clients are at. This is where they're capable when conscious. So they have to be putting a lot of effort and attention into what we're teaching them. So they're always thinking about it. When they're moving, we have to constantly remind them, but then when they think about it, they can get into that position. They can apply what we're telling them, but it takes a lot of mental effort, okay, and a lot of trust in us. So this is a stage where people spend a lot of time in teaching the body, teaching themselves how to improve upon it, and they have to be actively thinking about it, which again, mentally can be very, very challenging and exhausting. So that's where it's important to have a coach, I think. I think that's the difference, is when you're in this stage, you might find something on your own in these stages. Maybe you just look up something on YouTube. There's a lot of great information out there. You find that information, you understand it, you believe it. But when it comes to staying conscious and putting it into your training and continually working on it, that's really hard, especially when you don't have eyes on you and somebody keeping you accountable, okay? You might have found the answer that's gonna fix what you need to do before you come in here, but until you have a coach there teaching you and telling you every rep, hey, this is what needs to change, this is where people get stuck, they burn out, they cycle back to the beginning, they don't have the willpower to continually drill it on their own, which rightfully so. I don't think a lot of people do. I don't know if I do, right? It's important to have a coach. Okay, the main goal, so the ultimate goal for us is get people to the last stage, unconscious competence. Capable without effort. This is where this is natural now. So you're going in the gym, you're moving that way, there's no problem. You're not resorting back to anything you're doing before. Pain's gone, you understand what you're trying to do, and you're there, you've made it. So, and then you're gonna move on to the next concept and start all over, right? But this is where we try to get people at. So this is really important for our youth athletes, because we work on all this stuff. They have to think about it in the gym. This is a slowed down setting where they can consciously pay attention to it. Our ultimate goal is to make sure that when they are out competing in sport, moving in an open loop environment, what we have done in this closed loop environment is going to be reinforced enough that they don't have to think about it while they're playing, because they're not going to think about it, okay? They're not going to think about their pelvic position. They're not going to think of the way they're moving through space. That needs to all happen seamlessly and effortlessly. So that's where we try to get people, and that's our model. Okay, we follow this down. We make sure we classify and know where each one of our clients is at within this realm, and move them through that over time. And again, a lot of people spend a lot of time here. This is going to take the longest time because it's habit building. That everybody knows, changing a habit or starting a new habit takes time. So take this for what it's worth, apply it to the way you teach others. Think about and be aware of where people are at in their conscious development of understanding, where they're at in the world when it comes to the gym, when it comes to learning a new subject at school, whatnot. Have the patience to realize, classify, know where they're at, and comfortably and carefully move them through those stages without getting frustrated as a teacher or an educator on where your clients are at. Again, this takes the longest time. This is the ultimate goal. This is very hard to get to and takes a lot of effort, okay? If you guys ever have any questions on this, or you want us to cover another topic that we do inside here of HansenAthletics, send the questions over. We love to have them. I love to sit here and explain these to you. So take this model, use it at your own facility, use it in your parenting and your teaching, and have a great day. Hopefully this brings some value to you.